Hi, Jerry. Hi, Dalila. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Hi, Judy.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Jerry.
Just wanted to make sure my audio was working
Yeah,
You sound great.
good.
under the circumstances.
True, true. It is that's a different story. I'm sorry, Judy. Are you doing okay?
Well, the question is she?
Yeah, she's very lucky, furry friend to have you by her side.
Well, I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. Maybe I didn't make the right choice.
You made the absolute right choice. You know, you're okay. The choice you made was the right choice.
I just don't want her to be in pain.
Yep, yeah, that's fair. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's hard. So, Jerry, I haven't told Peter this yet, but I may or may not be able to show up at our public hearing tomorrow night.
Okay.
I told him last week the reason I didn't show up at that public hearing was because I was supposed to have had my dog euthanized, and then I couldn't do it when I got to the vets. So I brought her home, and
Judy, I'm so sorry. I think they're trying to call the meeting to order or something.
Yeah, I'll call the meeting to order.
I'm sorry, Judy. We'll catch.
First, approved minutes of January 27, 2026.
The minutes of January 27, 2026.
All in favor? Aye. We are one votes for discussion and approval of proposed MIT Renewable Energy Clinic letter of understanding. All right, so that's actually planning board. So the MIT Renewable Energy Clinic contacted the planning board with an interest in helping us work through our development of bylaw revisions for large scale solar. And they sent out a letter of engagement that basically is an agreement between us and the town that we would work with them and their students over the spring semester. And I can just read off the sort of the four bullet points of what they're going to do. They're going to conduct a stakeholder assessment to deepen the understanding of the community's views and priorities on solar energy and battery. Emphasizing the need to reach an informed consensus that reflects the full scope of community interests and concerns. This may include organizing public information sessions. Going to help the town draft and incorporate a process and or a set of community benefits informed by the stakeholder assessment, includes new solar and best bylaw. The town aims to prepare a new bylaw for a town vote at the annual town meeting on the first Saturday of May. This may include guidelines for the required process for developers, a menu of community benefit categories, and guidance on implementing community benefit agreements as part of its required community engagement practices. And it will continue informing all participating stakeholders about the status of Massachusetts renewable energy siting policy and its implications for the town. So this is at no cost to us. These students are going to be trained in how to conduct stakeholder assessments, and they will basically be having one-on-one conversations with people in town about how they feel about solar, how they feel about BESS, and then trying to work towards getting a consensus so that when we get ready to go to town meeting, we have a fully vetted process in place. So it's pretty exciting for one of three towns they're going to work. Sounds like a good thing. So all we need to do is for you and myself to sign the letter of understanding, And, then they're gonna start the process. Sounds good. If you sign it, then I sign it, I'll scan it, them, and then I'll give you back the hard copy for the records for the town.
Peter, did they say who the other towns were?
They did, I haven't asked actually.
I was curious about the size.
I know that they told me that, a year ago, or maybe a year and a half ago, they worked with Wendell. So I know that is, but they also are interested because of what's happening in the hill towns in general, that we have the opportunity perhaps to set the bar for the rest of the communities with respect to a process that might help as we begin to deal with these applications.
Thank you, Peter. Discussion and updates of town hall well and what? I talked to Dan Henshaw last week and he said as soon as the ground's thawed out, he'll come clean it and do what he needs to do. And the cost probably, he said, maybe probably half a day's labor.
All right, my understanding was that Ronnie Weeks was gonna do it, but either way, in the spring.
Yeah, you can't do nothing now.
Right, right. And the last meeting we had, I thought that Judy Cole was gonna check into what needed to be done to have the water tested, but probably doesn't make sense to test the water until we get it fixed.
Right. So Dan said he'd be happy to do it, just get a hold of him once it's warm enough to do something. So,
Okay,
Actually, Peter, I volunteered to talk to Henshaw, and I called, and he never called me back, but Ben knows him and has his cell phone, so Ben called him.
okay. Thank you.
and Energy Committee, select board to sign letter to return grant for the geothermal project at the town hall due to insufficient funding. This is a necessary step to reapply for a grant that covers the cost in a new round of funding.
All right, so this is a letter that the Energy Committee drafted that basically outlines that we were unable to move forward on the grant because we had a delay in the bid process. Because we didn't have a town meeting vote in February, then it moved to May, and then the Franklin County Council of Governments was not able to assist us in bidding, so that delayed the bid process until August of 2025. And then during the bid process, we identified costs that were not in our original proposal that felt as though needed to be included for the project to be successful. So the basic process is that we return the grant. And I think we've gotten one disbursement, so they will invoice us for that one disbursement. I'm pretty sure Paula hasn't spent any of that money because it's spent on the project. So then we'll be able to reapply this spring for a grant that includes the costs as we understand them to be now, and work with a project expediter. So it's really formality, but here's the letter. I have a second copy if you wanna hang on to a copy. Yeah. For a copy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Karen Marshall, Executive Assistant Search Update.
We are reopening the search. It'll be, yeah, on the, right? Search is being reopened, be posting once again on the website. And, with Indeed. And see, get her new candidates.
Good. Reminder that 2025 annual reports are now overdue. This budget, this is. Son Paula gave me, says this budget needs to be increased for fiscal year 27 at $8,500 minimum. And website expense may also need an increase. This probably explains it. Calls, please find the form detailed estimates for fiscal year 2027. Form 5 sections: operating expenses, personal expenses, capital expenses, revenues generated, and grants received. Please complete all relevant sections. So this was from last year. Town council at 15,000. So fiscal year 26 spent through 12/31/25. We've spent $2,855.07. Should we keep that the same?
Yeah, we're on. We do it all on,
Yeah.
but,
I,
Town office
I
technology.
would keep it the same.
Yeah,
yeah,
town office technology. Fiscal year 26 approved, 6,000. Fiscal year spent through 12/31, $580. I'd say keep it the same.
yeah.
Somewhere we gotta increase it by $8,500, so. This budget. That's the general. I don't understand that part.
Well, no,
So should that be part of IT?
Judy or, Polly, is Nova's part of IT?
Nova's part of IT?
It's the phone. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
phone and, yeah. So it would be part of.
I can't understand what you're saying.
Novus is part of IT. The Novus bill itself,
So we,
4,900.
well, so we should probably, so website expense of fiscal year 26 approved was $3,795. Spent through 12/31 is $2,694. And then IT service, expense, fiscal year 26 approved was 5,000. Spent through 12/31 was 3,973. So I think we should split that 8,500 between the two and add it to what.
I
That's my
think
opinion.
so, because I think we also need to, I had requested and never received from Novus a price for a retained support services contract. And I think that's what we need, where we basically have Nova, right now Novus is on call, but we're paying for every minute. It's not, we aren't prioritized, and every single call costs us extra. But I think we need a retainer service where we pay them a fixed amount for a year and they respond to our calls on a priority basis. And that might be more, but I think we should increase the IT budget and meanwhile investigate what it's going to take to get decent IT service for the staff in the town offices.
Paul suggested 8,500
Minimum.
at minimum.
Try that. I think that's good for now.
Legislative expense, IT service.
Nobody knew it.
By the end of the year, it's gonna be on rate.
Yeah, right now it's at 7,000.
Right, so we made some. That's about four, I'll make that 8,000 and the dad, 4,500 to the town.
let's do something about the website.
Yeah.
Please do. I had a meeting with Civic Plus about ADA compliance. And fortunately, because we're such a small town, we don't have to be ADA compliant until June of 2027 or April of 2027, right? Whereas everybody else is April of 2026. But there are options for ADA compliance that do would increase our costs to the website. I'm meeting with them tomorrow, hopefully to understand the cost here.
I still can't hear the conversation. I'm sorry.
Paulo suggests we have to add $8,500 minimum to the budget. So I'm saying the website expense, you add 4,000 to what's already there, so that would make it $7,795. Then you add 4,500 to the IT service, and that brings it to 9,500.
Okay. I mean, I think we need to upgrade our IT.
Well, half the year's gone by, almost spent all
I lost the end of that sentence. Sorry.
2 years.
the money. Right, they're 2%. So this one's,
I realize that.
so we added 4,000 to that one, that's already existing to that, and then 8,500.
Okay.
That's just.
Let's use that as a placeholder for now. We don't have to make a final decision at this moment. Sorry, Bob.
And then, training seminars expense, $1,000, spent through 12/31/0, so that'll stay at $1,000. ADA, $100, 0 spent, leave it at $100 for now.
That, that ADA line, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I should be finding out tomorrow what that was.
We have to go through all the wages and everything, Judy?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Do we have to go through like the treasurer wages, all that stuff?
I don't think we have to now, but I think we need to be thinking about all of the staff town wages between now and our next select board meeting, because at the finance committee meeting last night, we were trying to get a handle on that. I don't remember which one, but one committee or commission or board had requested an increase in their staff support. And I think that, as we all know, we are woefully the lowest paid staff in the hill towns. And we probably want to see if we can't do something about that at this point, because we're just going to have continual turnover, and that's a problem.
Okay, so I say we put this off till next meeting.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Miscellaneous correspondence. Email received from Keller Planning Board number. Email was received from National Education Advisory, Plainfield. It's not having a representative and seeking involvement. Now it's been on the website since the fall, so nobody's stepping up to the plate. And you're up. Yeah, or whatever you gotta present.
Yeah, I reached out to For Credit they put me in contact with the chief of Blackstone, Mass. They do a lease to purchase. They get 3 new cars every 2 years. Their budget is 88,000. It's in the regular budget. I did have, the language they use at a special town meeting. I did modify it a little bit for us because they buy 3 at a time. If there's gonna be 2 questions at a special town meeting, one for the lease to purchase and then for the transfer.
Yeah.
I have 2 copies here, which is more.
And I will add to what Temporary Chief Tebow is saying, that I did speak with David Donetsky at KP Law today, and there is no requirement that we take a town meeting vote on whether or not to acquire a vehicle. No Mass General Law, there's no legal requirement. And what he said is we do have to have 2 articles, one for a special town meeting, and none of this has to happen at an annual town meeting. For the special town meeting, we need to have an article that asks the town meeting to approve the use of a lease to purchase contract as our financing method. And then there needs to be a second article about where the first payment, the down payment, would be coming from. And as we have previously determined from the analysis of our treasurer and our accountant, taking, some of it out of the general stability fund and some of it out of the police stability fund is what we want to do. So there would be one article for the lease to purchase contract, and there would be a second article for how we're going to fund the first payment. And I would recommend that the select board at tonight's meeting set the date for the next special town meeting that we schedule to deal with this, so that we come in with plenty of time for the expiration of this offer to this lease offer. I would suggest that we schedule it for 3 weeks from tonight, which would be March 3rd, which is not a select board meeting night. It would fall between our second one in February on the 24th and our first one in March on the 10th.
Sounds good to me. Looks good for everybody else.
The other thing I will say for the sake of our minutes is that we need to be sure that the warrant will be presented to the town moderator as soon as it's available, and to the town clerk. And David Donetsky asked that as soon as we have those warrants drafted, I send them to him, and he will ensure that we are within the legal requirements of the law with all the correct citations.
I have a draft of it right here.
I have a draft of the one that Sergeant Tebow did, and I read that to David Donetsky, and he said, yeah, that's exactly right. That cites the part of the law I needed. So thank you, Dan. What?
All of this today, Judy.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Paula drafted one today.
I haven't seen that. If you could send that to me, then I will send both the one that Temporary Chief Tebow prepared and the one that Paula prepared to David Donetsky to make sure that he agrees.
Okay.
I just want to, okay, I just need a copy. I don't have a copy.
Well, there's a copy here for you.
So you want me to go to the town offices and pick up a copy and then scan it and send it to them? And I'm fine with doing that. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you're asking.
Yeah, I don't have that type of one. Okay.
All right, I will stop by the town offices this week and I will pick up a copy of that warrant, and I will scan it and send it with the other one that Temporary Chief Tebow prepared, and I will get David Donetsky to sign off on it. And I would hope that Shannon would be able to make sure that both Rowan Hawthorne and Ruth Osgood have the date of March, what is it, March 3rd at 7 p.m. in Town Hall on their calendar, or that they're available. And if they're not, we're going to need to reschedule.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
The third.
Comments from the viewers, so they cannot hear you. You're gonna have to speak up.
I'm speaking loud enough. Make a motion to adjourn. Unless you got some more stuff.
They have comments.
Do they have any comments?
More comments on Zoom? No, okay, except that they can't hear you.
Well, we're talking loud.
I can hear you say a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn this meeting. My second motion.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.